You know it's over, but you just can't seem to accept it. You're not confused about the facts. You know the relationship has ended. You know in your head he's not coming back. But somewhere else inside of you, there's this flicker of hope. Even though most of the time you feel like you are ready to let go, there's a voice that keeps pulling you back in. Maybe, just maybe, that if you accept it's really over, it'll mean that you have truly let go of all of the hope. And that's the bit that's really hard. Acceptance isn't a decision, it's a process. You don't get there by thinking harder or telling yourself off for still hoping. When a long term relationship ends, you're dealing with years, sometimes even decades of routines and habits and expectations, things that your mind is still playing with and waiting for. You haven't erased the past, you're just processing the end of a really long chapter of your life. The memories are still there, the stories are still there. So the question shouldn't be why I can't accept it, and instead it should be how do I start to accept it? The first thing that slows acceptance down is the pressure you're putting on yourself to be over it, the pressure to accept it, to move on, and to be further along than you actually are. That creates an internal fight. You know, one part of you understands, but another part of you is still really attached to the relationship, to the partner. It's hard. So instead of arguing with yourself, try saying this out loud. I know it's over, but this is going to take a bit of time. And say that often. It really helps, especially if you say it out loud. That one sentence really softens that internal fight. And when the fight eases, acceptance has some room to kind of grow and become easier. You're not just grieving your ex partner, it's the future you thought you had with them, the way your future was going to look, the version of your life that you planned, the role that you had in the relationship, all those different layers of loss. You know, I really recommend that you take 5 minutes, get a notepad and pen, and write down every single loss you can imagine, all of them. Just get them all out of you. Sit there and just free write as much as you can, as fast as you can, every single loss you can think about. Not just that you lost him, but what else has gone with that? Because the relationship ended for sure, but there's a lot of loss in that. The clarity you're going to get from listing it all is going to really help to reduce the pain. And acceptance starts to grow when you can start to name the different losses that you're experiencing. It helps you really sort of round out what it is rather than the relationship is over, which is it's more than that. Once you finish the list, I'd love you to let me know in the comments, what are the biggest losses you feel right now? Some that maybe surprised you, some that you didn't expect to write down. I want you to understand that acceptance can't grow while you're feeding into hope. And hope isn't just sending him a message, it's all sorts of things like checking his social media, replaying the conversations that you've both had, reading meaning into silences, or just keeping a door open just in case they change their mind. Every time you do that, you're resetting the healing clock. You don't have to be extreme, but you do need to be consistent. And every tiny little boundary that you set is going to move you forward. If you know it's over, but right now you can't accept it, that doesn't mean you're failing. If you loved someone for years or decades, of course it's going to take some time. Acceptance can't be rushed. It grows as you stop fighting yourself. So, this is exactly why I created my Heartbreak to Healing series for women like you who are struggling to let go and accept what's happened. It's a painful stage, and if you need some help walking through that stage, I would love to assist you in my Heartbreak to Healing series, which I'll put in the description for you above. Or if you want to talk about it, you're more than welcome to join me every single Thursday live on YouTube, where I answer all of your questions. Right now, be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, even if it's really tough. Take the best care of yourself, and I will see you soon.